Hi, Zippy here. I put up on a Facebook, I made a bacon roly-poly, bacon and onion roly-poly. And this is for Brett in Newfoundland, because he didn't know what it was. A couple of people didn't know what it was. It's an old English traditional dish, goes back. So the basic ingredients are flour, suet, shredded suet. This is Eudora, UK, but whatever, it's shredded suet. And then we have some onions, of course bacon. And this one, I'm going to do a slightly different one. This is very finely diced potato. And the reason I put it in water is because I want to go brown. Now, the history of the dish, if you put potato in, it's called a badger. Now, it's not an animal, a badger, and this is where it ties in with the brewing. A badger is an old word, and it was a grain dealer, a flour dealer, and it was the badgers that sold the grain to the maltsters that malted their brewing, and they had to have licenses, and this goes right up to about 1772. So, and if you do a bacon roly-poly, a lot of people don't put a lot of onion in. I like a lot of onion in, especially the red onions because it's sweeter and counters and smoky because of the bacon. And I've done this, just grab some stuff. I mean, this is bacon end. When they do all the slicing, what's left over, they just throw it into a bag and sell it. So I've cheated a bit because I've prepared it. I mean, I've got my food processor, but you can finely dice onion. If you've got bacon bits, just chop them up fine as possible. And that's basically it really, and it's just making it. So we're going to film this doing that. Now I'm going to preheat the oven to 200°C, which I will put up now the Fahrenheit and the gas mark if you're on gas. So, bacon roly-poly, let's get on with it. Okay, first thing you do is get a fork and stir in the flour and suet. Now I've got 8 ounces of flour in here and 4 ounces of suet, so you want 50% of your suet to flour. So if you make a pound in weight, 8 ounces of suet. So it's easy. You divide what your flour is by half, and there's your weight of suet. Now in here I've got about 100 millilitres of water, and we gradually add this in. Keep stirring it. Okay. Stir, 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 stir. And we're going to make it like a pastry. You don't want it too wet or too dry, just go into consistency where it all binds together, and that's what you want. And then we'll roll that out and we'll make the roly-poly. So we'll just get on with this pastry right, and we'll get back to you. Okay, the pastry's out, we flour the surface and we start to roll. You want to try a rectangular. It's twice as long as wide normally. It's got to fit in your baking tray obviously. So we start to roll the pastry out. Now suet pastry is softer, so you don't need a lot of pressure compared to normal pastry. Okay, I've rolled this out, and it's basically the rectangle. It's the width times 2. That's easy. Now the bacon, like I said, I threw it in the food processor so it's finer chunks, but you can chop it up as rough as you want and then have it chunky. The reason I do it finer, I've got potato in here, so it's a badger, is that it evenly spreads out a bit better. So staying 1 inch from the sides, or 2 centimetres with the content of the a bit of a French thing last night. Just put your chunks of bacon in and spread them out, and then evenly distribute it in a minute. So that's the bacon. You can smell smoked bacon, I love it. So we're going to spread this out a bit more evenly. Like so. Okay. bit too fine on the choke tip still, but hey, it's not a problem. And the same with the onion. Just spread it out. Now I like a lot of onion in mine. You can use it as much and little as you want. Leeks is good. Onions, leeks, garlic, shallots, whatever. We had a nice spring start and then it's been cold and wet for the last few days, so I thought I'd do this because it's such a great warmer. Okay. I'm going to spread that out. Pat it down a bit. Now, like I said, a badger has potato in. You can use swede, carrots, any root veg you want. Just dice it up fairly fine. I mean, that's quite fine. They're like about, oh, I don't know, less than a centimetre or quarter of an inch. Those are imperials. And just spread them evenly across. Now, the reason I leave mine in water is to wash the starch off potato, and it means it cooks slightly better. And again, just evenly distribute them. Make sure the water's out. And the steam from the potato helps cook the syrup pastry. Gives you that steamed, or the moisture in the veg gives you that steamed pastry, syrup pastry crust. Okay, now we're ready to roll. But first of all, just want to wet my fingers. I'm going to wet the sides down so it's like a glue. This is really scary. Just the sides. Okay. And now we start to roll. Now, you can do this, put this on a muslin cloth, cut it, and then roll it on a tea towel. But hey, who cares? We just roll it gently. Try not to break the pastry. You might have to spread this out a touch more. Right, now we seal that end. Okay. Try my hand. Okay. We'll leave that like that. Okay. Crimp the end. Just push down on the end. Keep the veg in. Then you've got two ways. You can either push down or you can crimp it like so. Package it. Go either way. Baking tray. Just big enough. Go for the big one. Okay. Secrets are not making it stick to the tray when you cook it. And in oil. Drizzle a touch of oil on. Just a little. Swirl that around. Swirl that up. Okay. Place it on the tray. Press that in. Right, the oven's been preheated to 200 degrees. Let's just pan this up. The oven there. Now I've heat mine to 200 degrees. It's a fan oven. 180 bar, slow cook it. You can steam them and then put it in a hot oven afterwards. It gives it a lovely crust, puffed up. This is just going straight in there. Now that's enough, I would say, a good 4 or 5 people. but I like to have a double portion and then snack on it tomorrow. Take a bit of work. You might want to just put some steam holes in it. But there we have bacon roly-poly. Well, this is actually called a Buckinghamshire badger because it's got a potato. Into the oven. About 20-25 minutes. And how long you want to cook it for. So you get a nice golden crust. Simple. Bacon roly-poly. When I get it out of the oven, we'll come back. Straight out of the oven. Look at that, and you should listen to that crust. It's beautiful. I was going to play around to say, oh look, it shrunk. No, this smells gorgeous. And that's the bacon roly-poly. Just slice it up. Serve that with some gravy. Now, the nice one to do with that, if you can put some sage in, you serve it up with a bit of sage and onion stuffing if you want, or just some sage in there. And the other one to do it is a little apple sauce into some gravy, so you get that sweetness to go with your bacon, because it's smoked bacon, that one. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Simple dish. Put your thumbs up if you like. Subscribe to the channel. Bacon roly-poly, traditional English food. If I get enough thumbs up, I might do another one. Cheers.